Hey folks, I'm Dieter Melhorn. Are you looking for an affordable alternative to some of the more expensive big game fishing reels out there? Well, stay tuned. I'm going to give you a full review on this reel. Now folks, the reel I'm talking about is the Zebco 888 spin casting reel. And I want to thank one of my guide trip clients, Charlie, for sending it to me to try out. It's a reel that is a more affordable alternative to some of the more expensive and more complicated reels out there. If you watch any of my videos, you'll know that I use bait casting reels the majority of the time when I'm fishing. I use spinning reels some, but it's mostly bait casters. And bait casters can be a bit intimidating, not only with their price tag, but with how they're used. They're just kind of a little more complicated. There's a little more finesse involved in using one. And a lot of people shy away from them. Spinning reels are a great alternative, but for a lot of people, they're looking at something even less expensive. They're not fishing a lot. They're not spending a lot of time on the water, or they may just be starting out, trying out. And these spin casting reels are a great way for somebody to get their feet wet in the fishing world without spending a fortune and without things being way too complicated. Now, these things are affordable. This thing lists for $38, which is very affordable. And I found it at some places on Amazon for 30 bucks. I'm going to put you some links down in the description below where you can go check this reel out and buy one if you'd like. One of the cool things about this reel is you can put the handle on either side. All you gotta do is take a screw off and you can swap it from one side to the other. Now you can do this with most spinning reels, but it's something you can't do with a bait caster. A bait caster you have to buy right-handed or left-handed. Now these reels are designed for ease of operation. They are designed for somebody that is relatively new to fishing. This is the first reel that I ever fished with. It is designed for somebody who is not fishing a lot and not wanting to spend a lot of money. But the one thing about this reel in particular is it raises the bar for somebody that wants to go after bigger fish. And as I was reviewing this thing, trying it out on the boat, and some people were seeing it, I got a lot of feedback from a lot of people that use this reel all the time, saltwater fishing and freshwater fishing, and love it for catching big fish. Well, Zebco made spin casting reels famous with its Zebco 33 and some of the other smaller ones that many of us started out fishing with. But as we started catching bigger fish and pursuing bigger fish, we kind of wish that maybe there was something out there that had a little more drag, a little more line capacity. This reel fills that void. Now this reel is similar to a Zebco 808. They look virtually the same, but there's a few differences. The one thing about this reel is it has a stainless steel cover on it, where there is a plastic one on the 808. It has a little more line capacity, but they're very similar in build and design. So how did this reel perform? Well, I tried it on several different trips. I was really trying to get a big fish. I caught a couple of small fish, but I wanted something bigger to put it to the test. I tried it anchoring and I tried it drifting just to see how it handled with feeding line, casting, all the things that you're going to have to do with any fishing reel when you're out there on the water. Well, after catching several small fish, I finally hooked into a decent medium-sized fish, something that I felt would be a good fish for most people who are using a reel like this, and it had no problem whatsoever bringing the fish in. I was never worried about it not having the power or the drag to stop this fish. Well, it wasn't long after I caught this fish, I caught a hog with this one. I mean, it was a big fish, one of the bigger fish of the year. A 41-pound blue catfish. I'll have a video out about this fishing trip. I'll put you a link to it down in the description where you can go check out the entire video. But this fish really put the reel to the test.
Oh, this might be the test for this sucker. This might be the test. I will say this, it's not the smoothest drag in the world. That's okay. It's also a little awkward ergonomically. But you know what? This fish is coming to the boat. That rod may be going right there too. We'll take them, won't we, guys? Funny, this is where the perch were earlier. Or this is where the birds were earlier. Real active over here. Okay. Letting the rod do the work, old ugly stick. I've had this a long time. Let's get this laner off of here. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. There we go. It's staying tight. Yeah, we got a fish on that rod. That rod over there. I also got this one. £30-pound line is probably a little heavier line than what needs to be on here. It's a good fish. It's a good fish. This is a good fish. I can just tell by the action of the fish that it's a good fish. Here we power this sucker down some here on the boat speed. Come on, big boy. This sucker may take some line again. Well, the drag concerns me. It's not like buttery smooth. This is a heavy fish, guys. This is a heavy fish. Y'all know me, I'm not big on nursing fish. Taking a little bit more time with this one. I get more slippage on retrieve than I do actually on taking line off the reel. Oh. 15 feet down right now. I can see it on sonar. Come on, big boy. Come on, big boy. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, there's bubbles. Hey guys, I'm trying to play this one really smart. He's down there. I can see him on my sonar about 15 feet down. Feels like a lot of drag on there, but
there was more than enough drag to slow this fish down. As a matter of fact, I was a little nervous about the drag, not knowing exactly how it performs and how it works. So I backed the drag off pretty good. I also want to see how smooth it was and how smooth the line came off of the reel when the drag was really being tested. I think catching a fish this size shows you that this reel will catch just about any fish that you're out there chasing. Now, what were some of the negatives? Well, I think I put too heavy a line on there. I was putting on the 30-pound Andy monofilament that I have here in stock that I put on all my reels. I think 20-pound would have been a better choice. I think it would have helped with the casting and just the line capacity on the reel. Now, I said this in some of my videos. It felt odd reeling it. It felt, I guess the best word is clunky. It has nothing to do, I think, with the reel or the design as much as when you get used to another reel, and all of the bait casting reels I use, while they're different brands, are very similar. you get kind of a feel and you get some mechanics going on with your hands and the way you retrieve, so it felt a little bit odd. One thing that was interesting was the casting. After casting a bait caster, because once you let go of it, there is virtually no resistance on the spool. When you're casting a spin casting reel, the line is coming off of a fixed spool and it feels different coming off of there. The funny thing was, I was amazed how well it casts. It felt like it was not going to cast as far as it did, so I was really impressed with that. So what's my bottom line take on buying this reel? Should you buy it? Well, if you're looking to dabble in fishing and think you may get into some good fish, I think it's a good investment for you. It's also a reel that you can kind of shove anywhere without really worrying about tearing it up. Normally I would say get a spinning reel, but spinning reels a little more delicate. You got a bail and the wire that's attached to it. The way the handles are designed on them, they're a little more delicate. I think these things would take a beating a little bit better. I think it's a good introductory reel for you. Like I said, go with some lighter line. I think you'll be happy with that. But at the price point it's at, you really don't have anything to lose. It's a great reel for kids to learn how to cast too. Even if you buy one of these and you decide you want to upgrade to spinning tackle or bait casters down the road, this is still a good reel. You got some kids, you got some relatives, you got some buddies you're taking fishing with you. They haven't learned to use a spinning reel or a bait caster like you have. This is a great reel for them to use. So in the end, it's like any piece of fishing tackle. It has its pluses and it has its minuses. You got to figure out how it works for you and the type of fishing that you are doing. Zebco has a long history of making fishing reels, and I think this one will be around for a long time to come. Well, folks, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. Here are a couple more videos that I think you're gonna like. I'd watch that one and then that one. No, do that one first and then that one. I don't know, just watch them both. They're both good.